So, how's the cornerbacks doing? Very general question.
Good, good. We're out there making plays. I feel like this is one of our best fall camps. So
There's a lot of chatter, especially in the fan base, about how good these new receivers are, how fast they are. Do you get a little, I don't know, chip on your shoulder, or a little like, all right, come on, you got talk about us now some too?
it's an offensive world. So there's gonna be chatter, and it's good that they getting recognized, and it's just more competition with us than them. So.
Now, I did notice you had a little bit more chatter when we got to watch practice a few weeks ago. Has that always been the case? Are you talking more than normal now?
I just feel like I found my confidence, with my game. I don't say too much first. It's when you start talking to me, so I put in my opinion. But I feel like I found that confidence with my game that I didn't have as a sophomore. It's just first year starting. I just feel like me knowing more and me being out there and knowing what to expect I just feel more confident.
Do you know when that happened? When you got that confidence?
I feel like it happened. I would say 2 weeks before fall camp happened, and once I stepped on the field, fall camp, I was like I got this. This is gonna be the year.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'm sure too. It's easy to say to keep that, but it's probably hard to when you're playing against teams like Tennessee and they got receivers right next to the sideline and they're just running go longs every day. Is there a trick to trying to maintain that, to keep that confidence up throughout the season?
You just got to have a short memory playing corner. My sophomore year, that's when I really had to learn short memory as a DB. I've only been playing for a short amount of time. I haven't been a corner for so long. So I just feel that once I got that, and then I just started to be more comfortable. And receivers are going to catch balls, but as long as you compete and you don't lay down, I feel like that's the definition of a hard corner right there. So
who's the most fun to compete against in practice?
I would say Dane. Definitely Dane.
Is it because of the chatter, or is it because he's physical?
More of the chatter piece. Y'all might don't hear it because he ain't very loud like I'll be with him, but he says some comments. So.
The other guys that are kind of competing for spots, we haven't really seen Keidron that much, and Dru's played some, but not a lot. How have you seen those guys kind of progress throughout fall camp?
Good. I feel like with both of them competing, they're just iron sharpens iron. And they're both learning things from each other. And I just feel like once we all gelled and we all know the standard, the expectation. So, basically when they get out there, they know what's at stake, and I just feel like that's good because you just have that experience piece from Keidron, and then Dru's learning from him. But Dru brings something else to that table that Keidron's ever It's just all a little mesh right there.
We heard the defensive line played pretty well on Saturday. How much easier does it make your job if they're getting after the quarterback?
It's like a cakewalk, So I feel like if your D-line doesn't get back there, it makes it a little harder on the corners. You got to stay in coverage for long. No corner wants to stay in coverage for 4 seconds or something like that. So I feel like when the D-line hunts and eats, and it makes our life much easier.
Whenever anyone talks about defense, recently I feel like your name gets brought up. What kind of leaps do you think you're going to make this season?
I have my own set personal goals, and I want to keep those to myself. But I just feel like I'm going to make strides, and my goal is basically to go out there and compete every day and just make strides that no one. I know my personal expectations, so I want to take big leaps, big strides, and I want to go out there and look like an elite NFL prospect my junior year. I feel like my sophomore year just was a solid campaign, but I feel like this year is the year that I feel confident enough where I'm going to have people looking at me like, wow, that's an elite level talent right there.
Do you write those goals down, or how do you keep track of them?
I have them on my phone. I have a lot of goals on my phone right now. I have some dealing with seasonal goals. I've done some dealing with people that we're going to play with receiver-wise. I have a mixed variety of goals. So,
what receiver are you most looking forward to facing?
I'm not gonna speak on it right now. Just know that come game time, you know, you're gonna see. So I'm looking for oh my goodness, I can't talk. I'm looking forward to guarding everybody, but you know, there's a select few guys that I feel like, you know what I mean, like when I look at them, I see the money, so I'm coming after them.
Will you let us know after the game if they're one of them?
I'll let you guys know. Don't worry.
He's like, you'll know. Look at the stat sheet.
Yeah.
Which one of your guys at receiver brings out the best in you in these practices?
I feel like a lot of them. This is one of the years where I feel like I was telling a bunch of people like this fall camp is one of the years that I feel like this was like I've always seen people, but like you had to be tighten up because like Barryon brings something different. Like they're all different receivers, you know what I mean? And like Barryon, Dane, DeMarcus, they all bring out the best in me. So I feel like, you know, and I feel like I bring out the best in them. So I feel like when come game time, you know what I mean? It's just, I feel like it's going to be easier.
Was there you talked about getting confidence now. Was there a point last year where it was at an all-time low and it was really hard to kind of pick yourself up?
I wouldn't say it was a time where it was an all-time low, but I feel like there was a time where I would say that I had mixed feelings in my head. So, but once I got out, it didn't take me that long to get out of that. But once I got out of that, I felt like, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, I'm back. You know what I mean? I'm myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
You had some interesting cleats last year. Are you going to have anything crazy lined up for this year?
Yeah, probably. You know, I'm still thinking in the woodwork. So I'm still creating some thoughts in my brain. Haven't really been focusing on my cleats yet, but, you know.
I'm sure Coach is happy to hear that.
Yeah.
You all face some really good tight ends in this league, a whole lot of talent there. How is working against this group of tight ends you have on this roster going to help you and the defense to face some of those other guys?
I feel like it's going to be there's some tight ends out there that like aren't tight ends, you know what I mean? And I feel like we have one of those there with Isaiah Cummings. So I feel like having him and just a mixed variety of tight ends out there on the field is just going to have us take it from a different perspective. Like you can't guard every tight end the same. The tight end world is changing, so yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've seen Scangarello throw at you guys' defense from a tight end perspective? We've heard some even rumblings that he might throw 4 of them out there together.
It's been a lot of crazy things. He likes to use his tight ends a lot, so it's some things that I've seen before that I've seen with Cohen, but there's some things that I haven't seen before. It's just a little of everything, you know what I mean?